Hello, my name is Benny, and I want to show you some really cool features, actually a built-in feature of TYPO3 core that's called front-end users, that's related to user management for users that log in on your website. So you can have password-protected areas for certain things that shouldn't be available for the public and for search engines or for people who just visit your website, but for people who have actually credentials to log into this area. So for this feature to work, you need a TYPO3 installation, and then everything else is available to you right away. To embed this feature in your website, we need to do three things. The first thing is to create a folder where you can put the users and the user groups in it. The user groups are necessary because the access restrictions are based on groups and not on specific users. This is much more flexible and easier to handle than doing this on a per user basis. Then we need the users, and that's step one. The second step is to actually define and to create content that shouldn't be available for everybody. And the third is to have a login page where people can sign up, can log in and sign up to access the restricted pages. So let's do this. The first step is to create a folder. We take the folder symbol in the page tree, drag it down, and move it somewhere, and we call it just website users. We need to activate the folder so it's available. There's the plus sign in the list module. The list module is the module that we use to manage records, database records that are not related to content that is directly output on your website, and front-end user groups and website users are part of that concept. So let's create a new record, and you see there's a front-end access area where we can create a user group and a user. First, let's create a website user group. We'll just call it protected area members. You can give any title to that group, doesn't matter. Just remember what it was, because you should remember what you've done 2 years ago, and it's actually good to have a meaningful name. So now we have the website user group. Let's create a website user. We select the website user where we need the credentials, the username and the password. Let's take Randy, for instance. We'll give him a random password, and we assign Randy the group protected area members. Hit the save and the close button. So that's step one. Step two is actually to create content that shouldn't be available for everyone. We're using the introduction package, so we'll just take a section like the content examples page like this, and say, okay, this shouldn't be public. Let's just make sure that it's protected by only available for people who have the access rights. So we edit the page properties of the content examples page, go to the Access tab, and choose the protected area members. Hit the Save and the Close button. If you, again, go to the site, you see by default it's now the content examples is out of the menu. You can't access it. If you hit the URL directly, you get a 403 or 404, depending on what you've configured in your site configuration. Okay. That was the second part. The third part is now to create a login page. We'll just create a new page, drag it into the page tree, whatever place we want to have it, call it login page. We enable the page, and we put the login form as found on the Form Elements tab on the page. It's a plugin, so we need to configure a couple of things. First, we could have a password recovery link if the users have email addresses, which is nice, also built in. But we definitely need to configure the user storage page. For this, we select the folder that we just created, and that's it. You can configure templates and all the other things as well, but these are the basics. And you can actually have multiple user storage pages, multiple restricted areas, depending on whatever access you want to give to your website users. Let's hit the Save button. and you'll see in the menu there's a login page now. The login page now shows the plugin, which has the default template, which is not styled, which you can style with your custom CSS, and we'll just use the Randy username and the random password and log in. Now that you've logged in, you see the content examples is available to you right away. That's it. 5 minutes and you've set up everything you want. Thanks for watching.